Thank you so much for staying with us on this beautiful edition of Wake Up Nigeria. On Wednesdays, we definitely like to give you relationship tips. And for a while, we've literally been having a very interesting personality join us every single day. And today I have with me Oluwatobi Olumide Ajayi. And we're discussing surviving infidelity. It shouldn't be crucial, but this is a pretty crucial topic. How are you doing? Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm okay, not bad at all. So now the topic, surviving infidelity. Let me start by asking why, first of all, is that even a topic that is important for us to have?
Because it's actually prevalent in a lot of marriages, both good marriages, that is marriages that are seemingly okay, and also, I mean, marriages are having issues. It's actually prevalent.
Okay.
People are experiencing that. And you will be shocked that, I mean, a very high percentage of marriages are being
Experiencing, right? Not even marriage, even like relationships.
Yeah, even in relationships.
Wow. Okay, so now, infidelity, people see it of different types, right? And of course, and even on the show, we're talking about emotional infidelity, physical infidelity, all that. Anyways, cheating is cheating. Anyways, so tell us, so what would you say are the tips? And first of all, let me clarify. Would it be the same tips that address emotional infidelity that will address the normal general infidelity?
Yeah, practically the same, because at the end of the day, emotional infidelity, if left for too long, if left to fester, and they remain in close proximity, it will become physical. Okay. So I believe it's the same. And sometimes it's even more devastating because emotions are involved, feelings are involved, there's more connection with the person than somebody that just went on a one-night stand or something. So yeah, it's actually practically the same.
Okay, so how do we, well, first of all, let's define infidelity before we go into surviving it. Can you help us quickly?
So infidelity is being unfaithful, emotionally or physically unfaithful to, physically unfaithful to the your spouse or your partner. You know, being involved with another person, breaking trust and commitment, basically.
Okay, great. So now, how do we survive it? How do we survive infidelity?
So there are a lot of things involved. But I want to mention, before I go into how we survive it, that it's actually a devastating experience for whoever it is that is going
or maybe
through
before we answer that, we should ask, should we survive it?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, it is devastating, right? I mean, feelings are involved, people get hurt, people get heartbroken, and for some people, it's a deal breaker, right?
Yeah.
Once that happens, they check out. Then the people... I mean, I know like a lot of people would think that, I mean, why should you even decide to stay with someone that cheats on you, right? So yeah, the first question, should we survive it? And what will be the signs? Do you understand? Because someone believes that once they do it once, they're always going to do it. And some people believe that people can actually make a U-turn.
Yeah, so I believe that people can make a U-turn. You've seen people come into counseling and they've gotten out of it even stronger. So yeah, even stronger. So yes, people can survive it, and it's devastating, it's traumatic, and all that. But if both parties are willing to work on it, yes, they can come out of it even better and stronger.
Even better and stronger. Yeah. Okay, so what would you say the signs are for you to decide to stay and probably try to work at it?
So if you actually love your spouse and you feel that when you know the purpose for which you guys are together, I mean, there's something higher than what you're going through. There's a higher purpose. You know, there's something to fight for. Then if the other party is willing, you know, to change, it's not, I mean, a case of unrepentant infidelity. The person is remorseful, the person is apologetic. You can see the person also trying to fight for the relationship. I think that is sign enough that you should be able to stay. But having said that, it's still the person's decision if they're going to stay or not. Yeah. But a lot of times when they get help, you know, it's always something that they can work through.
That they can work through. Because someone was actually asking our producer, actually, if love is enough to, the person say, I love you, say, I love you too. Is that enough?
Of course, love is not enough.
Love is not enough.
Especially love in the context in which we use it, because of course love is deeper. A lot of times we associate love with the feelings, you know, But love is deeper than feelings. Feelings are fleeting, you know, but love is a decision, is a commitment, you know, is a sacrifice. So when we see love in that way, love is actually
enough. I was actually going to say that. Yeah.
Love is
we see
actually
love for
enough.
what
love
actually is.
But a lot of people, you know, associate love with that feeling, the
Yeah,
butterflies, you know, the gish feeling.
Okay, so now let's go down into the topic now, surviving infidelity. Let's start with emotional infidelity. Now, how do we survive emotional infidelity?
So emotional infidelity, of course, as we know, is when the emotions are involved. You're already having feelings for another person, you know, that is not your spouse, whether same sex or opposite sex. Yeah, you're having feelings for that person, and you are now very close to the person, you know, sharing intimate details of your life and relationship. You are, you know, doing things for the person, going out and all that, but you have not yet physically consummated it. That is emotional infidelity. Now, if you're already involved and your spouse now gets to know about it, or you have, I mean, you've come to terms with it that, okay, this is wrong, and then you want to actually come out of it. Of course, the first thing is confessing to your spouse what has happened. And yeah, it's a very important
confession.
It's a very important step, because what if they still get to know? And most of the time, the truth will always come out. Somehow, the truth will always come out. So it's always better to come clean, you know, have the conversations, be very... So if you are the cheater, you have to be very remorseful. You have to be very apologetic. So apologize and take responsibility, because a lot of times people always try to play the blame game. You know, they will say things like, oh, you caused it. It was because of something. And I want to mention that for the people that have been cheated on, it's never your fault. You know, that the other party took the action. Even if, we are not perfect, you are not perfect. The marriage might be having issues, but there are better ways
to go
about it. It's a choice. It's always a choice. So why would it be that it's, cheating was the solution? It's never the solution. It will only make things get worse. So the thing you're meant to do is to take responsibility that you have done this and it is wrong. Ask for the forgiveness of your spouse. Of course, he or she might not be able to forgive you immediately. It takes a while. So, I mean, healing from infidelity of whatever form can take up to 2 years or more, you know, from 6 months to 2 years. So a lot of times they expect that when they just say they're sorry, everything is fine. But that does not happen most of the time. It takes, I mean, just like you have broken a bone, you know, you go through stages, you know, therapy, exactly. So the same way. So because we can't see the physical scar, does not mean that they are not still bleeding or that the wound is not still there. So you have to now give it time, have conversations. The conversations are very important because they want to ask questions, they want to know. Of course, not questions that would open up the wound more, but, you know, questions that would give them closure and all that. So when all these conversations are had, of course, you now start to find ways of repairing. And for the person that's been cheated on, you have to be willing to forgive. You have to be willing to forgive. You have to then practice self-love. It's very important to practice self-love. So you try to do things that will make you happy, because a lot of times you get overwhelmed with the thoughts and all that. And of course, what you focus on, continue to
magnify. Amazing. Eager. Thank you so much. I mean, I don't think this topic is conclusive. But thank you so much. It's been so amazing having you this 4 Wednesdays. And hopefully we'll actually have you back again soon.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
All right, and that's all we're having.